Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, especially to the political theory series. In this video, we will going to discuss Thomas Hobbes as an individualist and an absolutist. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe for more videos. First, now let us discuss Thomas Hobbes as an individualist. In his political philosophy, Thomas Hobbes was quite individualistic in essence, even though he proposed or he propagated a theory of absolute sovereignty. But it should be noted here is that the liberalism surfaced in the Thomas Hobbes theory is not a perfect individualism as we have in the 20th century. In chapter 17 of Leviathan, Thomas Hobbes discussed the characteristics of political commonwealth or the state. From this chapter, we can identify few aspects of individualism. Now let us discuss those here. Thomas Hobbes said that the voluntary consent of people is required in making of an corporation or of an institution or even the state itself. And secondly, his idea is all about a group of people agreeing to the authority or the sovereign only for the self-preservation. This idea serves as a positive limitations to the unlimited authority of the sovereign. And thirdly, his ideas professes that whoever so-called egocentric and free who fought with each other or who fought against each other cannot be reduced to a level of slavery, and they submit to the authority of sovereign purely on the utilitarian grounds. Thus, these three aspects tells us that the Thomas Hobbes was an individualist. Now let us look at the fact why Thomas Hobbes is called as absolutist. Firstly, Thomas Hobbes made the sovereign above the contract and vested so much of power, the absolute power, in his hand. And secondly, he said that the king was the source of all laws and also the sole interpreter of the law. And sovereign is the creator of rights and justice. And thirdly, Thomas Hobbes said that the sovereign is the only person with absolute power to make war and peace with others. And fourthly, according to Thomas Hobbes, the resistance to the sovereign authority was not justified. Or in other words, the people do not have the authority to revolt against the king even the king is doing wrong. So we can conclude that Thomas Hobbes was neither absolute individualist nor an extreme authoritarian, but he was a conservative to a certain extent. He wanted to save the institution of monarchy, and also he wanted to preserve the people from entering to state of nature. Thomas Hobbes wanted the people to realize their duty of obedience along with the danger that may come if they don't show obedience. And he also wanted the sovereign to realize his duty to look after the people and protect their life. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you really liked my video, please give me thumbs up, and if you want to add anything to it, please write it down in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.